Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Undermine Propaganda. My name is Lisa. It is August 6th, 2026. First, before I start anything, I want to thank anyone who is engaged in any of my videos in any way. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the comments, the feedback, the subscriptions, everything. And speaking of the subscriptions, let's go ahead just really quick. I want to share the list of the names of subscribers I do have. Again, thank you anyone and everyone that's been engaging. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, let's talk about something positive for a change. And it is difficult in these times, these dark, hopeless times, when there's an ongoing genocide in more than one place, mind you, when we can't afford groceries, when we can't afford to buy a house, when we can't afford rent, it is just difficult. It just is. And I make a concerted effort to try to find positive things to relieve some of that hopelessness. And something positive did happen in the past week. The thing of it is, in our society here in America, and in other countries too, but I'm in America, so I'm going to talk about us. In America, you cannot speak out against genocide. You cannot speak out against Zionism. In many cases, it is literally illegal. You can speak out against the United States, but you cannot speak out against Israel and Zionism. If you protest against the genocide, there have been college students who have lost their degrees, who have been deported, who have had their heads smashed in, which happened under Democratic administration, by the way. So this is bipartisan. So much has happened to stifle and suppress anyone speaking out for Palestinian rights and against the genocide. There was a young woman, worked at Burger King in this past week, who said, "Free Palestine," to a Zionist Israeli who had come into Burger King. Burger King fired her because you get fired for being anti-genocide. Now, just think about that statement. You get fired for being anti-genocide. It is absolutely something that I was just so much more less informed than I am now, and I still have so much to learn. But 20 years ago, 10 years ago, so much I just didn't understand about how our society worked, about how Zionism really worked. And I will tell you that trying to wrap my head around something like getting fired for being anti-genocide, you cannot get more dystopian than that. You just truly cannot. So anyway, this girl gets fired for saying "Free Palestine" to this Israeli individual who came into Burger King, and Burger King proceeded to fire her because they are, like every big corporation, by the way, is pro-Zionist. And anytime you speak up against a genocide or for Palestinian rights, you will pay the price. The thing about this is there was a little flip of the script, and she did get fired. However, a GoFundMe was started for her. And let's go ahead and watch the video of what this young lady shares in her experience of saying "Free Palestine" and then getting fired, and see what she has to say. And then we'll go into what transpired as far as the GoFundMe after that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video. And shout out to Dr. Shola as she uploaded her opinion about what happened to this young woman. This young woman's name is Ariana, by the way. But shout out to Dr. Shola for sharing this video that we're covering right now. Let's go ahead and hear what she has to say, and then what Ariana, the young lady who was fired, has to say.
This genocidal, parasitic Israeli monster got a young black girl on minimum wage fired from Burger King for saying "Free Palestine." And Burger King, like the bloody fools they are, fired her, branding "Free Palestine" as hate speech. I want you to watch her side of the story.
Say it again. I got you, Ariana.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ariana Hamilton. I am the person from this video. I did write down a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. First is my side of the story. I'm going to keep it real short and simple. That man did come in very aggressively. I did not ask him where he was from, originated from. I asked him, where's he from the Lehigh Valley. We get a lot of people from a lot of different places, New York, New Jersey, as he did not as he didn't say in the video, he did originally said he was from New Jersey, and we stopped it at that. And so he took out the Star of David from his shirt and said, I'm Israeli, I'm from Israel, and that is what got me to say Free Palestine. Absolutely, I wasn't going to back down on Free Palestine when he put the camera in my face. That's just not somebody I am. I will forever speak on my views, and I will never be scared to say what I think. I just wanted to say my whole point of saying Free Palestine was not to spread hate, because the reason I was fired was because I discriminated against him and I had said hate speech. That is not what I wanted to give out. That was not my intention. My intention was to speak on my views.
And that's just absolutely insane. That's told her it was hate speech. It's hate speech to say that a group of human beings should be free. The times we are living in are insane.
Because absolutely, I say Free Palestine, Free Gaza, stop the genocide. Because what's going on right now is more than any of us could imagine. We're not living in it, so we don't know what it is or what's happening or experiencing it. We're not experiencing it, so we think it's nothing, but it's absolutely something. Kids are dying. Kids haven't been in school. Kids are supporting kids. They're not getting food. They're not getting water. Their parents are dying in front of them. There's more amputees in Gaza alone. This is not okay. It's not okay, and I'll continue to speak on that fact. Free Gaza. Free Palestine. And I'm sorry if you guys expected some big video, but it's a lot's going on right now, and I'm trying to keep to myself because the threats I've been getting from people from Israel have been absolutely insane. But yeah, and my last question for you guys is Burger King safe for Palestinians right now?
She didn't say Free Palestine to him because he's a Jew. She said Free Palestine to him because he's a genocidal, parasitic Israeli. Because Israel is a shit stain on our collective humanity. You know what? If Burger King is only safe for Zionist Jews, then it's not safe for the rest of us. If Burger King brands Free Palestine as hate speech, then it's not good for our money either. I think this young black girl is a brave, courageous, strong representation of this young generation who will not stand by and watch the Holocaust of our lifetime play out without saying something to the people who are responsible for it. And
shout out. Thank you, Dr. Shola, for that video. And 100%, this young girl is brave because, as she says in the video, she is getting death threats and all kinds of threats from Zionists for saying free Palestine. And obviously, as she states there too, she got fired. But it gives me so much hope in humanity, these younger generations that are light years ahead of where I was at that time in my life and what I knew and what I understood and what I stood for. They are light years ahead of where I was at 10 or 15 years ago, and I'm Generation X. So shout out to all of you guys. Anyone that is educating themselves and understanding and seeing where they were wrong and where they didn't understand the dynamics, the way Zionism works and the American empire for that matter, and reading and learning and opening our minds to transforming the way we are in the world today. But yeah, I am so hopeful, and shout out to you, Ariana. So much respect for you. Keep pushing. You got so many people on your side. You are not alone in this. Keep speaking out. And the other part of this that I wanted to talk about is the GoFundMe, because the thing of it is, this is the thing that I'm used to seeing being the GoFundMes lately in our culture here in America. That's just so absolutely full of humanity. Let's go ahead and take a look at this really quick. This is just one example of who gets supported and elevated in our society. Get that off of there. Who gets supported and elevated in our society? The ICE agent that shot an American citizen, which it doesn't matter if somebody's an American citizen or not. The ICE agent that shot a human being in the face, an innocent human being in the face on American streets in January. Let's see what happened to him. ICE agent Jonathan Ross, who killed Renee Nicole Good, now a millionaire, thanks to online fundraisers after GoFundMe netted Good's family a 7-figure amount. So after constantly seeing crap like this, seeing shit like this, seeing Ariana come out, speak up for the rights of the most vulnerable people when she herself is an extremely vulnerable person in our society. A person of color, a person working a minimum wage for a huge corporation that does not care about American people, a corporation that is pro-genocide. She's there working, making minimum wage, and she speaks up knowing, because we all know at this point what's going to happen. She's going to lose her job. She's going to get death threats. She's going to have to worry about her safety as a young woman speaking the truth, speaking anti-genocide. You have to worry for your safety now in America if you are anti-genocide. Hell of a place to be, America. Hell of a place to be. But the good part of that is this. You know what? You want to GoFundMe for killers on our street? You want to GoFundMe for a woman that calls a little boy the N-word? GoFundMe for her, and she makes nearly $1 million. The murderer ICE agent makes 7 figures for shooting an innocent human being in the streets. F you. F you. And that kind of stuff really, really, if it doesn't get to you, there's something wrong. But in this case, the GoFundMe was for Ariana. And it is up to, I believe last time I checked, is just under $142,000, which is life-changing for this young woman. Here's a picture of her right here. Here, there's a GoFundMe. If you want to support her, you can go there. Just type in GoFundMe, go on there. She's right on the front page, or you can type in her name. Support Ariana after job loss for free speech. My name is Ariana, and I'm reaching out for help during a really difficult time. I recently lost my job because I said free Palestine. I want to be clear that I wasn't antagonizing anyone. I was simply exercising my freedom of speech. Unfortunately, this led me to being let go. And since then, it's been a struggle to find new employment. Some places have misunderstood me, and I'm worried about being unfairly judged, which has made my job search even harder. I'm scared about how I'll pay my bills and support myself in the coming weeks. Like I said, not only have people been lost their diplomas, deported. This is the blacklisting part of it, where not only did they fire people, then they put them on a blacklist, and then all the corporations have their name and they won't hire somebody. Because why? Because they're anti-genocide. So anyway, right now I'm doing everything I can to get back on my feet, but the uncertainty is overwhelming. The funds from this fundraiser will go directly toward covering my basic needs, like rent, utilities, and groceries, while I continue searching for a new job. Your support would give me the breathing room I need to recover from this setback and move forward with hope. Any help, no matter how small, would mean the world to me right now. Thank you for taking the time to read my story and for considering a donation or sharing my fundraiser. Your kindness and support can make all the difference as I work to rebuild and find stability again. And kindness and support can go a long way in all of these issues. I feel so small most of the time when it comes to these issues. Living in a world where the most powerful, the most depraved, the most evil, the most greedy, the most corrupt are elevated to the very top of our society with the most power, with the most wealth. And anyone speaking out is denigrated, destroyed economically, destroyed physically, destroyed psychologically. It is so important that we really stick together and keep shouting it from the rooftops, or shouting it to our neighbors, not in a bad way, but having the conversations with our friends, with our family, to keep making sure that people understand what's going on and what continues to go on and what we are supporting with our tax dollars, with our politics. This young lady deserves so much credit. So I just wanted to cover it today because I think it's so important. Like I said, I feel so small. So the tiniest little thing that I can do as a human being in this world where so many of us feel so powerless to try to help the most vulnerable. Building community and being supportive of situations like this are a big part of that. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to share that because, like I said, I really think it's imperative that we do. If you see this fundraiser on X or on Instagram or on TikTok, wherever, please share it. Please let family and friends know about it. And let's make sure this girl is okay, at least financially, because she's dealing with so much with threats and everything else and can't even pay her bills. So let's at least make sure she can pay her bills for being courageous and bold and strong in her convictions. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you found anything at all of value, please like, subscribe. It is free. Share and comment. Let me know the feedback. And very importantly, I hope you find some peace in the rest of your day. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you.